All roads do not lead to Rome. Instead, whether we realize it or not, all of our journeys terminate in one of two places. All roads lead to Babel or Bethlehem. There are no other destinations. Every traveler's steps takes them nearer to one of these two ends. Inward and hidden is the nature of our journey, but its consequences are external and profound. Each of our thoughts and all of our actions bring us one step further along a path towards either one or the other of these two cities. In the end, we will all ascend the proudest tower or bow before the humblest manger. Drawn to image are those treading the roads to Babel. Sparkling spectacles bedazzle and transfix our eyes. Boasting gongs overwhelm and echo in our ringing ears. Lofty arguments captivate our minds. Upon its descending roads, we are mesmerized by the appearance of an object soaring from the earth. Its silhouette stains the horizon, eclipsing the sun. Its shadow stretches for miles and extends into our hearts. The image before us lures our being with aspiring promises of self, and we believe. A dense fog encloses our hearts as we approach the city of gray. At each step, our greatness swells from within until at last we reach the base of the staggering tower. A sign posted above the entrance reads, "Only look up, never look down." After a moment's hesitation, we take hold of its promise, and our foot falls loosely on the first step of the steep spire. Immediately, we are encouraged at the magnificence of our accomplishment, and we continue our ascent. Further and further, higher and higher we climb, each step heavier and bolder than the last. But fatigue soon sets in, and our knees begin to wobble. Fixing our eyes upon its peak, boosted by the thought of the city with its chatter far below us, we renew our pride and continue our climb. Breathless and exhausted, we begin to doubt we will ever reach the pinnacle, but we press on as our souls thin and fade amidst the lofty air. Step after empty step, we cling to the image and its promise. Glancing towards heaven and our goal, we are disheartened that the end now seems farther away than ever before. And stubbornly we endure, despite new fears and dread. Stupefied and numb, we dare not look down, as each monotonous step becomes weightier than the one before, an inward ache wrenches our hearts. Sweat pours from our brow, but upward we stubbornly climb. How many hours, how many days, how many years, decades, and lifetimes pass, and always we take one more step up the spire. Until finally, at the end of our strength, without heart to move, we pause. Overcome by dizzying heights, we must take stock of our achievement to renew our strength for further heights above, and we break Babel's command and bow our gaze toward the earth far beneath us. The sight is stunning. The city is completely beyond our vision. Nothing but fog and clouds surround the lonely tower. Transfixed between heaven and earth, the view is exactly the same as what rises above us. How far have we come? How far still to go? Adjusting, our eyes regain perspective. We collapse at the realization. The ground beneath us is nothing but a mirror. There is no structure, no tower, no staircase at all. Everything an illusion. Swirling sands of earth sting our eyes as we succumb to blindness. The bitter memory of our majestic tower composed of shadow and looking glass is all that remains. Upon the road to Babel, we not only lose sight of what is true, but the ability to see truth at all. In the land of fleeting images, words lose their comprehension, and all meaning is lost. Seeking the Word made flesh are those treading the road to Bethlehem. Darkness and quiet fill the landscape. A lonely star of hope occupies the night sky, but its rays illuminate our path and kindle our hearts with warmth. A serene setting beckons us towards new life. Its invitation is peace on earth and goodwill to men. Upon its rocky road we travel in hope of eternal healing. Within its walls we find refuge and harmony as we rest in the hope of salvation. In Bethlehem, the Word looked down, lifted up our souls, and gave life a new and everlasting meaning. At the manger in Bethlehem, we access God. The manger, where the Savior of the world laid. For it is in this city that Christ came to man. Here, heaven miraculously was born on earth, and with it humble love was born into the hearts of all those who believe. The message of the manger cannot be fully recognized until we see within its shadow, cast from the radiant star against dirty stable walls, the image of a cross. There are no towers to be made by man that will ever exalt us from earth to heaven. There is only a manger, signifying heaven's advent upon the earth. But with it, the sacrifice of a cross and an empty grave's promise to transform heaven within us now, and the divine hope that earth will one day have its eternal advent in heaven. Christmas is either the most ridiculous absurdity or the most wondrous miracle. The miracle of Christmas does not make sense. And yet nothing in our world makes sense without Christmas. Without Christmas, everything is Babel. For scoffers in Babel, Christmas is the absurd myth and an offense to reason. For believers in Bethlehem, Christmas is not only the greatest of all miracles, but the miracle upon which all other miracles, reason, images, and words draw their significance.